Right, welcome to DC Fan Gives Hope. I'm doing this late at night. I'm just going to put the picture down right in front of there. It's going to fall down in the floor. Right, so what am I going to do? Right, first of all, I'm going to get this. Yeah. Why am I doing this late at night? Why am I not doing this at a table in broad daylight at night time? Well, basically, I don't have the luxury of having a lot of free time. I don't have the luxury of having 24 hours of sunshine. So, and when it comes into my head, I've just got to get it out. Whether it be 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I've just got to get it out. Hold on a minute. Nah, pointless. Right. I could just hold it like this, but then I wouldn't be free. So, but listen, you get the point, right? So this is going to be longer. This video is going to be longer, and I thought I was going to try and do something for like 5 minutes, and then I thought, no, in order to express myself and get myself out there, I've got to do it longer. So, what do you think about the future of the DCEU? Well, first of all, I think it's only just starting. Okay, I think it's only just beginning. We're only a couple of movies in. Now, we've had all this trouble, as I said in my last videos, about, studio interference, directors' interference, and they're trying to make these films, and Jeff Johns came in, and the idea about trying to connect these things. Now they're talking about Elseworld movies where we could have different versions of the one character, and I've made YouTube videos about that and why I think it's a good idea to have so many different characters play the one role, because out of all of them, one of them may appeal more to what you think of that character. Because we've had, if you think back, we've had different versions of the Joker already, from the 1960s Joker to the animated Joker from the Batman series, to the Joker in Jack Nicholson's Joker, to Heath Ledger's Joker, to Suicide Squad's Joker. So we've had all these different Jokers. Not one of them is probably one that you think is the ultimate, is what you've read in the books. And as we read comic books, not all of them are like the other. Right? They're not all the same, because they're done by different people, different authors, different writers, different artists, inkers, and all that sort of thing, different style. And the only time something really connects is if you've only got one writer and one artist for one complete story in different comics, right? And to tell the one complete arc, like New Krypton. If it's all written by Jeff Johns, or if it's all written, or artist is the same, then it all sort of connects because it's written by the same one. But majority of the time, you'll have a writer that will come in and he'll do a different style from the previous chapter. So, and he's just to carry on where the last one left off. Are you with me so far? So if you get chapter 1 of Batman v Hulk, right, in chapter 1, and then we get to the next comic, but it's another artist and it's another writer, then you get a whole different style, right? And you all sort of know where it's all meant to end up, but getting there is going to be different if it, because it's all these different writers and artists. But if it was the same person right from the beginning to the end, then it'll be, it'll be more fluid, of course, right? But that's sometimes what we don't really want. We want something that is variety and difference. Now we talk about the Marvel Universe. Now the Marvel Universe, I've often said in my YouTube videos that it just feels, when I watch a Marvel movie, it feels like a TV movie. And I've said that from day one, it just feels like a TV movie. And now I'm sort of thinking, well, if it feels like a TV movie, then how can... then it'll be like watching a TV series. It'll be like watching something like Arrow or The Flash, or let's think about Marvel Iron Fist or something like that, or whatever other show Marvel has got out on the TV. And they're all following the same formula. You know, like Supernatural and Blacklist or whatever. They all may be done with different directors for every episode, but it still has the same flavour because it's got an arc, a sandbox, so to speak, on which they play in. So, and they're not allowed to play outside that sandbox. Now, at the start of the Marvel Universe, you could say, where did it start? What film did it start off with? And a lot of people might say Iron Man by John Favreau or whatever his name is. But then he left. You could say it was started with the Hulk, but then that director left. And then you could say Joss Whedon, but he doesn't direct them. But if you say it was started with, say, Iron Man, whatever. So with the DCEU, you could say right now that Zack Snyder started it, right? And then everybody's now came on board and said, okay, he wanted to maybe do Man of Steel 2, right? But maybe the executive says, no, you mentioned Bruce Wayne. That's an excellent idea. We could do this and we could catch up with Marvel. But that's where the problem lies. You know, this is where it is. You could say BVS and Man of Steel were like two different entities, right? I'm not, but it was a continuing story because it was Zack's story, right, and everything else. But that would mean that any other director coming on board will have to make some sort of movies the exact same style as Zack, right? It would have to be the exact same style as Zack. But, and this is where the DCU, I believe, is going to be different, is they want directors' input. They want to have different directors like we have in the graphic books. They want the different directors coming in and giving it their own sort of recipe into the film. So not all movies, you know, again, back to Marvel, some of us anyway, I do feel like it's the same movie. I'm not saying it's all the same, but it's the same sandbox. Now with James Wan coming in and making Aquaman, he's going to come in and he's going to make it, he is going to put his own thing in that. He might appreciate what Zack Snyder's done with his with Aquaman and his choice of who's to play him, but it's his film. It's his thing. So we're going to get something different. And this is why maybe, this is where the mistake was, okay? Is they believed that, and maybe, remember that interview that came out, or that question? Somebody said that we're not trying to be like Marvel, we can't do what Marvel does. And that's what they're meaning by that. They're not wanting to make, everything all connecting by the same director or the same Kevin Feige at the helm, saying you need to do the film this way, you need to do the film that way. But no, because that's where all the directors somehow leave because of the pressure of the thing. Right? This is where they all start. So, and that's probably where, and I'm not going to talk too much about it, I just watched a link to it. I'll put a link at the end where this guy had said, Star Wars The Last Jedi, okay, they're having a similar problem of deleted scenes and what they took out and what would have made better, okay, and there was a different director before. So what we have in this is we have these great directors coming in, and they want to come into DC because they believe that Warner Brothers will give them much freedom. Now, Joss Whedon is known not to have given much freedom when he was doing the sequel to Avengers. He was basically told, this is what you're doing. And so he wasn't quite happy about it. So this is, I think, now would be the shape of the DCEU. And with Matt Reeves, now Ben Affleck, he just couldn't finish the script in time. And the people that was in charge of the DCEU back then was hammering into Ben Affleck to finish the script. But thankfully, these new people that have come in, they might just ease off the pressure. Right, they might just ease off the pressure and make all the, and get all these directors to put their own contribution in and not having to worry too much about continuity or whatever this person has done to that or whatever this person has done to that. So we could have, say for instance, a Justice League movie 2 years down the line that may or may not be related to the previous one, but that's not to say that the second one won't be Darkseid, it won't be Brainiac, or maybe, if we have a Brainiac villain in Superman 2, that's not to say he won't be defeated in Superman 2, that's not to say he won't be the villain in Justice League. So we get this continuous new flavour of all these characters, and it's the way it's worked for comic books all these years, and I love picking, Gotham by Gaslight, Batman versus Dracula, Superman versus aliens. We can have all these characters and put them into, in a creator's hands and let them roll with it without fear of having to connect with the previous film or anything like that. You could, and that I think is one of the drawbacks, where if you think a year ago when they were trying to make a TV series, a Marvel TV series, and then connect it with the movies, it just didn't seem to work. And then people were crying out, oh, maybe we should do a DC TV and connect it to the movies. But straight away DC said no. It says, we want this to be separate. We want to make it, so we're not confined into a small space and telling our stories, but they're taking it in what we have on TV just now. We have Arrow, Supergirl, DC Legends of Tomorrow, and stuff, and Supergirl's in a different world, but they're only connecting to tell this bigger story, right? But we can still follow them separately and everything else. But it could work, it might not work, but that's just the way I see the DCEU going. I believe after Justice League now, who knows who will make the next Justice League? I think relatively that the first three films, Man of Steel, BVS and Suicide Squad, and then you had the Justice League, they tried to maybe connect them all up, and they tried to put them in the same uni, and they tried to make it all have the same feeling. So with Suicide Squad, they tried to put a bit more stuff humour wise in it to please the audience that weren't fan of the BVS. Or then when they got to Justice League, they tried to make it, and then they forgot the main thing, is that let the directors have their own sort of thing into it. Let's train the world population that we can have umpteen Joker movies out at the one time. Have them think we can have different versions of every character, and to me that's an enriched and better way of doing it, because then we won't be blamed of making every movie just like the last one, or have the same flavour as the last movie. We must have humour here, and we must have a colour palette for the TV, for the movie screen. This palette, everything's got to be bright and oh, that's Batman. Sorry, it must be bright and colourful to have Batman. But, but then we have Matt Reeves, who's done the Apes movie, and say what you want about the Apes movie. It was a good story arc for the trio, right? It was a good wee trilogy he done for that. Well, not a bad story. So, to see his spin on it, great. And then we can have another director in at the same time, maybe making Justice League and putting his different wee version of Batman on the screen. So and that's the way I think the DCEU is going, and I think I'm all for it. I'm all for the change. Now, don't get me wrong, it would be great as well if it was all connected, continuity wise. But I can still, and have it all in the one story. But for me, if that was the case, if it was all connected, all continuity and all that sort of stuff, I would still feel that in order to be different, the next film or director to come in would have to make the film totally different to what had came out before. I don't want a Superman movie to feel like a Batman movie or vice versa, or a Captain Marvel movie to feel like a Batman movie. It's all got to be dark and it's got to have its own flavour on whoever decides to direct it, and not feel restricted because they're copying the same palette as just like what Marvel does with their movies and finding it hard to break away. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you get where I'm coming from. As I say, I think DCEU is just starting. I think it's on the brink. It's got a new team behind it. I think it's got the vision now to give directors or writers that more time to get it. What I've been hearing is they want to concentrate on getting Batman out, getting the core. They forget about the rest of the DCU just now, right? I know Shazam's coming out, Suicide Squad 2, whatever, but for me, I believe they're going to concentrate on, let's just say, the Trinity. That's their main focus. Get them right first, which means we'll get a Man of Steel 2. Wonder Woman's fine, okay, that's sorted. We got a Wonder Woman 2. The Man of Steel 2 probably back on the cards. Batman back on the cards. Get these guys core right down. Get them, and then concentrate on the rest of the movies of the great DCU characters. I hope that's enlightened you in some way. I just had to. It was all bustling in my head. It was all just with the constant raids and everything else. Just remember to check out. I'll answer any questions you've got on one of my wee video links here. Just put your questions on that video channel and I'll go down. I'll probably make a YouTube of it. It's called DC Answers. It'll be up here or down there, up here. Remember to check out the Facebook page as well for news of further competitions and everything else. If there is one, I will make an announcement on YouTube as well. And just for you guys for saying thank you to subscribing, check out hearthevillains.com, check out if there's any DC stuff in there that you like, and when you go to buy it, put in the passcode DC Hope and you get 15% off. Thank you.